controls the power, it means that one person controls the wealth. So if Mr. Museveni controls all the wealth of Uganda, and one needs a lot of wealth, one needs a lot of money to get into a political office, it means that Mr. Museveni will have a lot of influence on who gets into a political office.
Yeah.
Because he controls the wealth, and you need a lot of wealth to get into a political position. These are things that we must understand in order to understand not just what is going on in FDC, but what is going on in the politics in the country. That you have commercialized politics in the midst of gross impoverished population, because the population does not control wealth. So you have a very poor population, you have commercialized politics, and you have the controller of the wealth. That means that most people who will be in politics will be controlled by the controller of wealth. That is one thing that I want to underscore. And this is regardless of who is leading FDC, who is doing what. Whoever plays politics within that kind of system is bound to have challenges if they don't cooperate with the controller of wealth.
Hold it there, Doctor, as we get a local interpretation of what you're trying to say, and so that our people, our old women in the village, get to understand this in detail. Dr. Umu.
Akotongo ay julon inerke papa.
Juli dojo osupana.
Okay. Getting esi amalan malata esi tungaluo teso ido abu ngeso temabe erai teso oreke ido itegelikina eponelo ijaunere ari jauna nata iteso nges nyini ngese nakintingesi ejai akoda kina na epolo kede tungaluo teso abu ngesi okoda keke ner kede no agete ejakaito chole alimun ido obale be aparsha kaisa okaruli lukumini yare kede idope abu ngesi obu tesone neda beraponi ikamare nges ay tapas ay tukurian konye jangunda apotitunga luote so ito diasa keche amin ne jai ngesi kede ne ja au msheno peskin tos kesi nuda poto ina isite so atakanon kwape abo istina itegelekena balangese be ebuniti lolo ngesi ne bobo ay mor keda oni itunga luote so akironu etakanunete otoma akwapo kono Uganda kachutino inoi epate lo FDC. Ishalamikiti ngesi radio lo veritas anuai na ngesa rereng na abunere apeskin tungalu teso akironwe utasata kanuno Uganda kede no epate. Jasko pani nwisoma si otomo pate balangesi opate lo FDC keda Uganda. Abu ngeso tema be koleje o radio abu ngesi o limuta kironwe kamanara kede isirigin ido kachutino ino isirigin lu bakaibe lu ipokona date mane isirigin lu ipokona ido abu ngeso nya ebe mamerai akironu isirigin nu itotol kinto aswam na FDC bon konye aswam na o Uganda ara ay ngarenikin otoma kironu politics abu ngeso tema lolo inero ninu kamanara kede isirigin otoma kironu politics ara nu ngarenikin erai borene pol de nyara mamo koto aite opate alo FDC bon balangesi otomo iner kebe aduchu kopane aparashano alomari o politics eraiboreni etachio isirgin lui kiara konye muroni laela ara ilo la ngaleu elo siake jae batake je mameti sirgin konye ijo lo ilo mari atoma politics kwapenat doctor na member na parliament minimum requirement are ashomane koto ijo jatatar baka ibe atukoto na kanyita pe ido muron lere professional etachi sirigin lui kotai kidioko so ido ebunit do ngesi ne atamarebe epatelo FDC apono sipoke nai na sodita nyaku na pedori aneja lui tingitos lui mudun ay nyaku ne jitunga ido a pedoringin ngesae ay cholongitarai arautu lui polokinto sa keriantu no Uganda neda kopani mamitunga lo Uganda jatatar kede a pedoringin ay cholongita ara ay pugat ara polokinta keriantu na akwa puoko abungeso tamabe mwalimu areko to ngesi dai ngaren kinitunga mame pedo ralemu ni milioni ni uni le kota anwe nomination ido bobe balangesi be campaign kere koto ne petai isirgin lui kidio kakeri milioni na kwatakai akespolo be loichan karede jasi apele keneta no joka mame pedori ay ngaren kin do ipe dojo alo marito mo politics ngon ijadi sirgini deleta yangena itunga lui cholong to sakiriantu no Uganda inaino ji milioni na kwatare ilo marijo parliament ido itunga lui cholong to ngese ya kaleke a president Museveni ngesi etunga nan lui cholong ita kiriantu do ngese seuni ingaibo aneo teso ekotoloto parliament nara ikwa na raune politics leseo itosoma ete lui jaske di sirigi so ngun kesa kiro nu ebunitinge sa emor ido edistunganan kerelije politics kopana ara managing a party ujo system lo kopana jai beita terekin keda kiro nu sirigi so ekoto lui jastoma apugan ara party a choikena noi mama miteo be ngaibo ingaren kite pate nara kera cross kere ingare no kolwi pate ejasi etere kena keda tions na isirigi no toma akwa poko no Uganda jalama
no honorable organization of politics in the country and the Forum for Democratic Change as a party has not been exceptional in this and you are said to have received 300 million shillings from the Honorable Nanda Mafavi for reasons best known to him and why he got the money to you. And you quickly followed up and got quick intelligence information that this money was from a suspicious source. Can you tell us about that money?
We may lose the main point if we focus on the small detail. Let us first understand where all this comes from clearly, then the detail will fall in place.
Make us understand.
So, first of all, I told you that elections require a lot of money. And that is at an individual level for the candidate, but also for the party. Because the population is poor, the population also depends on the party help them raise money. Because our people cannot even pay nomination fee, they expect the party to get money to nominate them. Parties are supposed to run ordinarily like faith-based organizations, like religious institutions.
With contributions from members.
Which they are supposed to be run by the believers. But in this case, the believers are very poor. And that, the same goes on for the religious organizations. That's how even the churches have become captured. Because believers cannot build a church. If they have to build a church, they must kneel before the one who controls the money in the country, the one who captured control of the money. So we have politics captured by that money. But secondly, it's not just money, it is also the militarization. So even when you have your own money, you heard the Honorable Mishke here talking about what was going on in their turn by election here.
Yes.
Once there is any election, you would be forgiven to think that it's an outbreak of war. You will see armored vehicles and the deployment of soldiers and policemen and LDUs and all kinds of things all over the place. The militarization of politics, whose intention is to scare the voters or even to force them to do what the controller of those forces wants. And so increasingly people know that even if I invest my 500 million, they will also come with guns and declare somebody else. So if I want my investment to have a chance of giving me some return of getting good results out of my investment, I also need to talk well to the controller of the forces of the one who, the military, the one who controls the militarization of politics. So increasingly, as a result of militarization, as a result of commercialization, as a result of controlling all institutions of state, even when you run to court that I have been unfairly treated, you'll find the same person who captured the country sitting behind the bench of the judge. The one you run away from, you find the same person in the court. So now it means that if you are to survive in the politics, eventually you must surrender to that person who controls money, who controls the military, who controls the institutions. And unfortunately, I must say that many of our leaders of the struggle for liberation of the country from the other one who captured it end up becoming compromised by the same person who captured the country. And this is all over the country, all over the political organizations. It's not just FDC. I'm talking about the structure of politics.
Yeah.
The structure of our politics is such that if you want to have a room to play within the politics, you will find it extremely difficult if you don't have huge amounts of money, if you don't have protection from the military, if you don't have institutional support. And therefore, the FDC, which set out to end the capture of our country, must think through how it does that against those challenges. How do we take power from Mr. Museveni, who controls money, who controls military, who controls all institutions? How do we take power from his hands back to the people? I am afraid